When Anna admitted it, she didn't cry, she didn't beg, she didn't even look ashamed. She said it flatly, like she was mentioning what she had eaten for lunch. We were in our living room, the same room where we had celebrated birthdays, unwrapped Christmas presents, and mapped out our future together. She met my eyes and said, "I slept with someone else. And honestly, I don't feel guilty about it." At first, I just stared, waiting for her to laugh, to say she was drunk, or to claim it was a single mistake she regretted. But no, she leaned back against the couch, arms folded, wearing the smug look of someone who thought they'd won. "Why?" I finally asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She shrugged. "Because I wanted to. Because things between us are dull, and I wanted to feel alive again. And now I do. I feel amazing, actually." Those words hit harder than any fist ever could. My mind went back to the long nights I'd worked to provide for us, the anniversaries I planned, the countless ways I put her happiness above my own. And now she was telling me that none of it mattered, that I wasn't enough. But instead of exploding, I went still. Years in construction had taught me how to stay calm, even while everything crumbled around me. "Okay," I said, standing. Anna frowned. "Okay, that's it? No yelling? No name-calling?" "No," I answered quietly. "Just, okay?" She smirked, mistaking my composure for weakness. "Good, because I don't need you making me feel bad about this. I'm not the villain here." That night, I didn't sleep. I sat at the kitchen table, staring at the faint rings left by coffee cups, replaying how we had gotten here. The red flags had been there. The sudden girls' nights, the late-night text she flipped face down, the lingerie I'd never seen her wear for me. I just hadn't wanted to face them. But now, everything was clear. By morning, my anger had hardened into something sharper. Resolve. I brewed coffee and packed a small overnight bag. Not because I was leaving, but because I wanted to make a point. When Anna wandered in, still in her robe, she blinked at me in surprise. "Where are you going?" she asked, rubbing her eyes. "Nowhere," I said evenly, sipping my mug. Just thought I'd get an early start. Suspicion crossed her face. "You're acting weird." I gave a faint smile. "Am I? I just needed to think about what you said last night." Her expression softened, like she thought this was about to turn into some heart-to-heart, where I'd beg her to stay. She reached for my hand. "Look, I know you're hurt, but this doesn't have to be the end. I still love you. I just needed something different." I pulled my hand away. "Different?" I repeated. "Right. And you got it. Congratulations." Her brow creased. "What's your point?" "My point," I said, rising to my feet, "is that you made your choice. Now I'm making mine." I spent the rest of the morning cleansing the house, not tidying, resetting. I packed her things carefully, one drawer at a time, stacking the boxes neatly in the garage. Every picture came off the walls. Every trace of us, gone. Around noon, I texted her, "Come home. We need to talk." When she walked through the door, her face went pale. The house looked hollow. What is this?" she stammered. "This," I said calmly, "is me taking my life back. You said cheating made you feel amazing. Great. Go keep feeling amazing somewhere else." Her jaw dropped. "You can't just throw me out." "Actually," I said, handing her the boxes, "I can, and I am." Anna clutched a box like it was her lifeline. "You're really doing this over one mistake." "One mistake." I laughed bitterly, shaking my head. "No, Anna. A mistake is tripping over your own feet. You made a decision. And when I asked if you regretted it, you said no. That's not a slip. That's who you are." She set the box down and stepped closer. "You're overreacting. We can fix this. People go through worse and stay together." "Not this time," I said, my voice steady though my chest burned. "Do you know what it felt like to sit there listening to the person I trusted most brag about betraying me? To hear you say it made you feel alive, like I was the one holding you back all along." She flinched. "I didn't marry someone who would humiliate me in my own home," I continued. "And I won't live with one either. So yes, you're leaving today." For the first time since her confession, I saw fear in her eyes. Tears replaced the bravado from the night before. Please don't do this. I didn't think you'd actually. That's the problem, Anna. I said, open the front door. You didn't think at all. You just did what felt good for you. Now I'm doing what feels right for me. She stood there, crying, before finally picking up the box and walking out without another word. When the door shut, I sank onto the couch. For the first time in months, the house was silent, painfully, beautifully silent. That evening, I wandered through the stripped living room. The bare walls stared back at me, but somehow I felt lighter. Yes, there was grief, but beneath it, a sense of freedom. That's when it hit me. I hadn't just thrown Anna out. I had thrown out every lie I'd been clinging to, that things would get better, that she loved me like I loved her, that I just needed to try harder. No, I was done trying. And for the first time in a long time, that felt like peace.